Good morning, all my dear students. Today we are going to start our new topic, solid states. Solids are the compounds which is composed of the molecules strongly arranged together having a definite mass, volume and density. Solid particles also having a constituent particles. These constituent particles are known as atoms, ions and molecules. When they combine together with the strong intermolecular force of attraction, togetherly they produce the structure of the solid. These solids are divided into two types, crystalline solids and amorphous solids. Crystalline solids are having a definite and orderly regular arrangement of the constituent particles, and because of that they are also known as long range particles. That means there is no difference between the arrangement of the compounds. The compounds are arranged one after the another in a regular or order manner. Then amorphous solids are having a irregular arrangement. Because of that they are known as short range particles. Then second point is crystalline solids always have a sharp melting point, whereas amorphous solids melting point is not definite. Crystalline solids are known as true solids, whereas amorphous solids are known as pseudo solids or supercool liquids. Now the example for the supercool liquid is nothing but the glass materials. Glass when become old it started melting down, and because of that it becomes thin at the top and thick at the bottom. So if you are having any glass material at home, you can just go through it and observe it clearly. Then fourth and last point, anisotropic. That means the reflective index, the temperature, conductivity, these all properties present in the crystalline solids having different range in different directions. So they are not specified. Whereas in amorphous solid, isotropic properties are there. That means all these properties such as temperature, conductivity, reflective index is independent of their directions. So they are not going to bind anymore. Then two more points discussed in the crystalline solid about the crystalline solid is isomorphism and polymorphism. Now isomorphism are the substances where two or more same crystal structures are produced by the same compounds. For example, sodium fluoride and magnesium oxide. These two compounds are there, but it is observed that both the compounds is having two or more the same crystal structures, and because of that they are known as isomorphism. Polymorphism property is the property where the single substance is constructed or observed in two or three different forms, and because of that they are known as polymorphism. Then after that we studied about the classification of the we are going to study about the classification of the crystalline solids. Crystalline solids are classified into ionic, covalent, molecular and metallic. Ionic crystalline solids having the ionic property in between them. Because of that the intermolecular force of attraction together combine together to form the structure. Example, sodium chloride, potassium chloride. Covalent crystalline structures is having a strong covalent bond formation. Example is your diamond, where the carbon atom combine together in a strong force manner, and because of that the strong melting point or the highest melting point is observed of the diamond. Then third one is molecular crystalline solids, where the molecules are responsible to bind together in a systematic pattern, such as dipole moment, dipole interaction moment. So togetherly they are binded with each other. And here one more thing is that in molecular crystalline solid the polar molecules which is having the dipole interaction, then non-polar molecules which is having dipole induced interaction, and lastly hydrogen interaction or hydrogen bond formation which is seen in the example of ammonia. And lastly metallic crystalline solids. The metallic property such as good conductivity, malleability, ductility is observed in these compounds. Then after studying the classification we will go through the crystalline lattice or Bravais lattice. Now why it is introduced? To see the graphical representation of the crystal it is observed. Now Crystal lattice is formed when the lattice and the basis combine together, or the sum. It will give you the crystal structure. Lattice is nothing but the point at which, or small points which are alternately arranged one after the another to make sure that the basis of the compound will come and join on that point, and so the crystal structure will form. And this crystal structure is based on the unit cell. The units are nothing but the smallest repeating structure of the crystalline solids, which is having the faces, edges and the corners. And the dimension of this unit cells is denoted by A, B, C along with their angles alpha, beta and gamma. So based on this unit cells, the further your crystal solids are having the unit cell structures, which we're going to study in the next chapter. I hope you understand. Just go through with the textbook also and with the video to jot down the notes of this important topic. Thank you.